So today we're going to do a garden update here on the channel. My name is Steven. Let's take a look at the garden in just 1 second. If you guys like Vegas videos, you want to see what it's like to live in Las Vegas, you think you might be moving here, or you're just tourists who love the city and love to travel, click on the subscribe button, hit the little bell, and I'll tell you when I'm doing new notifications through way of YouTube's notification system. Leave us a comment as well. I'm going to put a link on a little card up here so you guys can see my previous garden update. Things have grown tremendously. So without further ado, let's take a look at how this crazy garden has gotten crazy big, shall we? Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. All right, everybody, so thanks for watching. So if you remember my last update, we were planting Nopales plants, which are also called prickly pear plants. And we're gonna take a look at everything. And I'm going to show you guys a few things. We had to upgrade a couple of these pots because these guys here are just suckers for water and root growth. So this is a prickly pear plant. If you guys take a look at this down here, I think I showed you in the last video, you can see these little things right here. Those are the eyes. Those will eventually grow out to these. These do not flower per se on the side. So you guys can see the amazing progress update that I have right here. So what we did was, as I mentioned in the previous video, we had a person near us who let us took some clippings. The way these grow is amazing. If I simply took this when it was at maturation, it's not old enough yet because these are not hard. These are actually very soft. I can touch them. If I cut this off and just let it sit so it had no water for a few days, it would callus. These are actually cactus plants, but all cactus plants are succulent plants. I can show you my wife's succulents in just a minute. It'll callus, and then what it'll do is it'll try to grow roots if you put any kind of moisture on it. We're growing these for two reasons. Number one, because this wall right here, very ugly. Number two, because I can extend this out right here and I get a bit of privacy where there's no privacy. Our neighbors are very nice people, but it's always nice to have a bit of a break, and that way I have less dust blowing across my yard as well. So these right here are just growing like absolute bonkers. This has only been about 5-6 weeks worth of growth, I believe. And when I planted these, they had nothing on the tops of them. And even the little tiny one that I thought was never going to do any kind of action because it was just too small is starting to finally grow right here. And you can see those little ears coming out, and they eventually get nice and big. Let's take a look at my other types of plants. So these are my, I want to say, my wife knows the name of them, Santa Rita's, something like that. And you can see some growth on the very tops of these right here. These are fat and happy, but they're very dormant right now. I've had a few of them that will flower. Let's go take a look at what's flowered. These here have flowered. I have some photos. I can overlay a photo to show you what the flowers look like. And this right here is going to basically just fall off. It only flowers for literally 1 day, and the only ones that flowered were the ones that were put into pots, with the exception of another one in the yard that I planted in the ground. This one hasn't flowered, but they're still very happy and very happy plants. And then these ones right here, I decided, well, the wife decided to plant them up here. And again, we're getting a great amount of growth. The problem's been the rain. When the rain comes, these things get completely saturated, and they don't like too much water. They're like a donkey. They say if you let a donkey eat, it'll just feed itself till it dies. And these things will literally just suck up water until these floppy ears, the new ones, go and they flop over. They literally get soggy and flop over like they're sad. They will, of course, come back to life, but you can't let them get watered too much. If you let them water themselves too much, they'll start to form cracks at the bottom of the base. As a matter of fact, you can actually see an example of this right down here. These got watered, and then they got rained on really hard with about 1 inch of rain in an afternoon here. And they didn't like it. And even though I planted this in regular dirt and put some irrigation in the bottom with rocks, they still didn't like the water. So he's going to be safe and happy, but we have to not water him for a few weeks at least. And I also showed you these last time. These are actually bigger than I am, taller than me. Yeah, they got really big. They have these pretty little flowers on them. The flowers are finally starting to open up, which I can completely appreciate. And this thing right here is about 6 feet tall right now, which is pretty phenomenal if you ask me. And yeah, they're gonna flower. These things will fall, and then I'll have to clip off those giant flower roots. You can of course see my aloe vera plants in the background. Those right there are starting to kind of take to the new environment. They were in pots for the longest time. So that's my gardening update. If you guys like this video, if I at least get a few likes on this video, I'll go into the backyard and I'll be happy to show you my above ground garden beds where we're growing vegetables, fruits, marigolds, with a bonus of mystery stuff that actually came out in the middle of growing marigolds because we decided to use some produce scraps from our kitchen, and now I have weird things that are blooming in the back. So I can show you the back, but you got to give me a few likes on this video. If you're just browsing through, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the little like button, leave us a comment, and let us know, do you grow gardens? What's the challenges where you're at? I'm Steven. If you're just watching this video, check out vegasforfreenow.com and make sure that you guys hit us up when you're in Vegas. We love locals. We put you with a timeshare company. You guys can get some free stuff by checking out one of our properties and resorts. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing. More Vegas videos coming several times a week. I'm Steven, and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. Bye-bye.